Hi everybody, I'm Bethany.
Hello, and I'm Ryan.
And this is our first ever video review. So we're glad that you could join us. Our review series is going to be slightly different than other board game review series for one reason.
Basically, in addition to just making normal video reviews, we're also here to motivate each other and hopefully some of you to lose a little weight, be a little bit healthier. It's come to my attention that I am overweight. I wasn't always this big, and I don't want to be this big. I know we've got kids, we've got a family, I've got a job, I've got a future and things I want to do. I want to be there for my kids and my grandkids. And if I continue at this pace, who knows? Maybe I won't be. So I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there playing games with everybody. So this is hopefully some motivation for me. Every time I lose a pound,
or I lose an inch,
we're going to make a new episode. We're going to make a new review for you guys. It's going to motivate us, and hopefully you guys will follow along and have some fun with us and give us some, share us your stories with us, share your weight loss goals, what you like about the games we play, and have some fun along the way.
And because of that, instead of numbering our series 1, 2, and 3, they will be numbered by
our pounds
and our inches.
So as of today, when I'm recording this, I weighed 425 pounds. That's a big number. It's a scary number. So I want to bring that down. Hopefully bring you guys some reviews as a result very soon. So yeah, 425 pounds.
And with arms, chest, waist, hips, and thighs, I'm 158 inches. So today's episode is...
Well, 425 pounds.
And 158. So now that that's out of the way and you understand our system, let's talk about games.
All right, so we thought we'd bring you, for this first episode, a game we both love. Start things off on a high note, something positive. Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This is a great game, a great midweight Euro, and it's just a lot of fun. So why did we pick this game up?
We picked this game up because I wanted it, and so we got it. I heard this game mentioned on a different podcast series that I listened to called Blue Pig, Pink Pig, and when you listen to content creators, you figure out who plays like you and who likes games like you, and the way they were talking about it, I knew that I would love this game and we needed it in our collection. So when the opportunity presented itself, we bought it without hesitation.
And I'm not upset that it happened. So what you get in the game, you get, it's a tile laying game, so you get a whole lot of tiles. Basically, you're going to build a castle. All the players are going to build their own individual castles. And so you get a ton of different castle tiles. They're all that represent different rooms, they're different shapes, circles, these kind of L-shaped rooms, rectangles. And they're made of this nice chip cardboard. Nothing special, it's just nice chip cardboard. And they also have the square footage represented on the tiles as well, which is kind of cool. Other than that, you have the cards. Cards that randomize what tiles are going to be coming up next, and some cards that give you extra point scoring. The rule book, and the last thing that you get is kind of like the little, I guess, board, for lack of a better word. This is also part of the mechanisms. In addition to tile laying, the other main mechanism of the game is this kind of funky auction mechanic. One person every turn is going to be rearranging the board and changing the prices of the different tiles. So that way everyone can kind of pay the prices that they can afford, buy the tiles they want to with what they can afford, and the person who rearranged this is going to pick last. So this is a nice way of getting you to spend money, getting you to buy the tiles that you want to buy, and building your castle the way you want to build it to get the most amount of points.
One of the things I really enjoyed about this is out of our entire collection, I have taught 2 games, and this is one of them. This is the rule book, and it was very straightforward. It was very easy for me to learn and teach it cold using just what was in the rule book. I do not consider myself a teacher, but I was able to teach it to our game group with just that. So I just wanted to highlight that. It could be because I'm growing as a gamer, or it could be because that rule book was really easy for me to follow.
One of the other things you want to do in the game, there's doorways and walls in the game. You want to try to close off doorways as much as possible by lining up, you probably can't see that very well, but just lining up the doorways so that way you can close off rooms. When you close off rooms, depending on what color of room it was, what type of room it was, you get these various bonuses. So basically when you're playing the game, make sure you try to close off as many rooms as possible, take advantage of those bonuses. That will help you out, give you a leg up on the competition.
One of the things I really liked about this game was the history that was involved in it. Mad King Ludwig was an actual person who spent his fortune building castles. He actually went bankrupt, I think. Did he go bankrupt?
His personal fortune. He didn't ever mess with the government funds, but
Yeah.
his personal fortune, his inheritance, he spent building these lavish, exquisite, extravagant castles.
So the two things I liked about that when it comes to the game is that money doesn't really mean anything at the end of the game. You get pity points for having money left over because the game is designed to have you spend. And then I also liked how a lot of the building tiles, and this is just a nice little, it doesn't change the game, but it's really nice how the building tiles, a lot of them are based off of actual rooms that actually existed in these castles.
I mean, there's obvious ones like, bedrooms, kitchens, hallways, but there's this really cool room that I wanted to bring up. This is called the Venus Grotto that he built as actually a way to listen to music. He had a friend named Wagner, a composer that you guys might have heard of, and he built that room just as a way of listening to Wagner's music in a really cool atmosphere with good acoustics. So that was a neat little touch they put in the game.
Yeah, the great thing, I know I said great 5 times, but this is like one of my top 5 games. The great thing about this game is that there's only one thing we didn't like, and that is this dreaded score tracker.
Yeah, this is a snake track. I mean, you're going back and forth along the snake track, and basically it's really, really easy to accidentally bump the table and have your marker be moved up a rung or down a rung or over, or it's really easy to get caught up in the game and move the wrong direction on one of the tracks. Much easier than you think it might be.
Yeah, we've done it a lot. People in our game group have done it a lot, so it's not just us. With that said, it could just be our game group, but I want to put that out there.
Yeah, so if that's a problem for you, consider maybe getting an alternate scoring app or pen and paper, just another way to score without having to deal with that snake track.
Yeah, or you can do what we do and use it anyway and just complain about it in every game.
That's true. All right, so the game retails for $59.99. It's $60 basically if you buy it at MSRP, and that's maybe a little bit high. But for what you get in the box, you get tons of tiles, tons of cards, and great gameplay. That's something to be taken into account.
Yeah.
That being said, you can probably buy it online for cheaper. But if you feel like supporting your FLGS, or just if you can only find it for that MSRP price of $60. It's still a good buy. I'd say go for it.
Yeah. Well, with that said, we give it our 2 thumbs up. Until next time.
Which is hopefully really soon if I can lose some weight.
We'll see you then.
And thanks, guys. Feel free to follow us and to follow our journey, and make sure to leave some comments. We'd love to hear feedback from you guys as far as what games you want to hear about, what review content you liked, the format, and share your stories as well. Love to hear from you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.